Guys, it's Layla. Good morning. I just woke up. It is, I don't know what time it is, but we are going to the Houston Zoo today. It's the first time we'll be going to the Houston Zoo, so I stepped outside to see how cold it is, if I should wear sweats or shorts. And it's like 54 degrees, but I think it's supposed to get into like the 60s, so I'll probably wear shorts just because I want to, and then maybe like a pullover or something. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, that's that. I will talk to y'all again in a few minutes. So I decided gray sweats, and now I'm just gonna pack my camera bag because that's an essential when you go to the zoo. So here's the bag. I'm just gonna put my little tripod that I use for filming. And we're just gonna put that in the pocket so it has less of a chance of falling out. I'm gonna grab my in-ears I normally use for the band, but I'm gonna use them today to like edit and stuff in the car, toss those in there. I think that's really all I need other than like a water bottle. So yeah, that's that. Here you just see us driving through Houston on the way to the zoo. I'd never really been to Houston before, at least not downtown Houston. So all of these buildings and stuff were super new to me, and I thought it was really cool. So I just took a couple time lapses of us driving. Here you see Minute Maid Park, which is exciting. Go Astros. Yeah, that's that.
Everything I have on is sold. Look.
Hi.
I know, it's cute too. What car? Helicopter. Mom, why does it always move its head? Like,
So you just saw all the clips from the sea lion feeding / show thing, and here are just some ring-tailed lemurs. They are super cute, and they had a pretty decent enclosure, so I was happy with their enclosure size and stuff. And then here are some different monkeys. They had so many different types of monkeys. Some of their enclosures were great, and some of them were a little smaller than I think the monkeys deserve, but I mean, not all zoos are perfect. I made friends with these birds while we were eating lunch, and they started like to all flock around me because I was giving them pieces of Cheez-Its, which I know shouldn't really be feeding the wild birds, but they were so cute and they were begging for food, so I had to give them some. This is Jimmy. I named him Jimmy. He was the bravest and kept coming super close. Here are all the lions. You can see where one of them obviously jumped up on the glass at some point and clawed all over the glass. They were being super lazy today and were just all sleeping as lions typically do. They have this super cool like underground thing where you can go under their exhibit and see them, but you couldn't really see them today from where they were lying versus where the viewing area was, other than when you were on top like I just showed you a second ago. Here is the big male lion who's just sleeping by himself in a corner somewhere. And then this is the huge Komodo dragon's enclosure. The Komodo dragon was super cool. He was so pretty, and he just, well, I assume it's a he. I don't know. It could be a girl. But it kept climbing around. For a little while, it was just sitting there and you couldn't really see it. But then it started climbing up the little ledges in its enclosure. And it was super cool to see this amazing lizard. Here is the pygmy hippo. It just kind of sat there. It didn't really do anything. It was kind of boring, but we stood there and looked at it for like 10 minutes because my mom loves hippos. So yeah, that's the pygmy hippo. Here are some gigantic cows. I do not remember what type they are. And these cute little zebras. Zebras are the best. Let me know, do you call them zebras or zebras? Because I've heard it said so many different ways depending on where you're from. And in the United States, they're typically called zebras. But in places like Australia and all over the world that's not America, they're called zebras. So I would like to know, what do you call these animals right here? Next, we had some Galapagos tortoises, sulcata tortoises, and radiated tortoises. Here you see the Galapagos tortoises, which are the bigger ones, and then the smaller one with the super dome-shaped shell is a radiated tortoise. I do not believe I got any video of the sulcata tortoise, but it was a little bit to the left, kind of where the big the big Galapagos in the front is going. Here is the giraffe enclosure. I believe they had 5 giraffes and they were all super cute. I did get a video a little later on in this video of one of the smaller ones laying down and just sitting there, and it was so cute. Next, we had the ginormous bug house. They had a huge building dedicated to a bunch of bugs. There's some leaf insects and stick insects and spiders and tarantulas and beetles, lots of beetles and all sorts of ants and just a ton of bugs. So if you don't like bugs, I'm sorry. They'll be gone in a few seconds. But I really like beetles, and I thought seeing all the different types of beetles was really cool. Here are some Madagascar hissing cockroaches, and I don't really remember in here. They did have these huge leaf insects and cicadas. There's one of them, and I don't understand how they can be that big. But they were ginormous, like as big as my head. After the bug house, we saw this red panda, and then we went back to the giraffes, and this was when I saw this adorable little munchkin laying on the ground. This was the footage I was talking about earlier. It is so cute how it's just laying there chilling, eating some food, having a good time. Tell me that is not the cutest thing ever. Then me and my little sister rode the carousel. I picked this seal and she picked a panda. She's so cute. But we just went around and rode it. We went and we saw these little things. I don't even remember what they are. I couldn't tell you, but they were very cute. Like, I wanted to take them all home. They are very stinking cute. Next, we saw these really cute foxes, and they had these like cool puzzle toys in there, which I thought was really cool that they gave them enrichment, because foxes are very smart and need a lot of enrichment. So it was way better than just seeing a bare enclosure. Now I'm on my way walking over to see the adorable tiny otters. They were so cute. They played for so long and just wrestled with each other and swam back and forth. So yeah, you can see the little otter there being adorable, doing flips, doing what otters do. And here you see some adorable ducks. I always get so carried away with the ducks and just spend like 15 minutes staring at them because they are so adorable. Then from the other side of the otter enclosure, I saw this one sitting up here just posing for the camera. So I decided to take another little clip of him, but then he decided to ditch me and jump back in the water, which was kind of rude, but oh well. Then we have this bald eagle, which said it had been like shot. They had an x-ray on the wall where it showed where bullets were in it, so it isn't able to fly, so they have it in here just kind of recovering. And then there were some turkeys. You can't really see them, but they're far on the other side. And then we had this bobcat who was displaying a stereotypic behavior in big cats, which is pacing. You'll see a lot of big cats in captivity pacing because of a lack of mental stimulation and an overload of stress. So here you see this little bobcat just pacing back and forth. I think this was due to the fact that it was close to feeding time and the keepers kept walking past it without feeding it. So I think it was displaying some signs of stress, as in being anxious for when it will get its food. But yeah, that's the bobcat. It was very cute, even though it was pretty stressed out. Next we have this vulture who is being fed by the keepers. I just happened to be in the area when I saw it being fed, and the keepers were talking about how it would get kind of stressed out when it was being fed a lot, so they were trying to find ways to make it less scared. And they did this by covering the top of that little feeding portal. I really like vultures. I know a lot of people think they're ugly, but I mean, they're an important part of the ecosystem. Next we have this giant river otter, and then on the other side of the river otter enclosure they had this little like tank, I guess, with a bunch of fish and turtles, and they were all really cute. I really liked the way they had it set up. I think they could have had a bit more room considering how large these fish were and how many fish were in this one smaller part of this huge tank. You can see the otter just jumped in behind it, but it's actually blocked off with another piece of glass right behind the big rock. In the same little area they had a green tree python, a frog, some dart frogs, and a few other amphibians. You can see the dart frogs have eggs laying on those pothos leaves, which are really, really cool. Next we had these blue-throated macaws, which are the only macaws in the whole zoo, which is kind of disappointing because I really love macaws and parrots. Then we had this large enclosure that I noticed there was a baby bird. Then there was this giant iguana and these monitors. Here are two mom and two baby elephants who were in their night holding pen. I didn't get a chance to film the outside elephant enclosure because my phone battery was running out, but one of the moms is displaying stereotypic behavior, which I could do a whole video on that in the future. Then we went and got McDonald's and just headed home. So it is currently like 9 o'clock at night, but we got back from the zoo at around like 6:40. We left this morning at 9 a.m. and it's like an hour and a half away, so we didn't get there till like 10:30. But then we stayed all the way till 4, which is when it closes, and didn't get home till 6 something because we stopped and ate. But yeah, we're home now. It was loads of fun. Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.